series of clicking devices here with me, and it is up to you to discern which of the clicks and which side you are hearing. You can remove the blindfold now. Ah, welcome. I apologize for that inconvenience, but you must understand we can't have a recruit knowing where our secret hideout location is until we know if they are, of course, fully accepted into Team Rocket. Until then, it will remain somewhat of a secret. I, of course, am the admin in charge of maintaining our organization's exclusivity and quality. I am here to weed out any recruits who are not up to our standards. So, with that said, let's begin with a line of questioning. Today's, let's call it, interview process will consist of questioning, hopefully adequate answers, as well as a physical and auditory exam. We expect only the best from our Team Rocket members, and we will see if you meet those qualifications here today. Please answer truthfully, but of course, I am getting slightly ahead of myself. The first thing I will do is check you for listening devices, wires, as some call them. Of course, I know you were checked before entering, but I never trust a grunt to do an admin's job, or at least at admin quality. So, maintain a still stature, and I will check quickly. And for your sake, I hope I don't find anything. I will first begin by checking down both sleeves to make sure there is not a wire leading anywhere. So please stick out your hands, palms up, and thank you. Let's look on that side. I don't see anything. So far, so good. And your right side, please. I don't see anything there. That's excellent. Alright, next I will be checking your collar area, making sure you don't have any wires leading to a transceiver on your belt. So please do lean forward. I do apologize. I will be coming in ever so slightly close here. I don't see anything on that side. What about this side here? Maybe we will check the back collar. I, of course, am very thorough, not to miss anything. I would not want it on my conscience if the boss was to be put in jeopardy. Alright, it looks like you, of course, as expected, are clean of any listening devices. I would hope you wouldn't be so foolish as to attempt any sort of espionage or anything of that nature here in such a stronghold of a hideout. So let's go ahead and get on with the questioning. Now, our first question is a simple one. What is your full name? And your trainer identification number? first test, and how might you think you have done? Well, I can go ahead and spoil that answer for you. You have failed miserably. You have just given me all of the necessary information that any run-of-the-mill Officer Jenny would need to skirt you on right off to jail. And given your loose tongue, I assume that is the point in which you would give up all of your comrades here at the Team Rocket facility. Of course, you should never, and I repeat, never give out your real name, and of course not your trainer identification number. You should always have an alias and a fabricated backstory and information at the ready, and at least 2 or 3 variations on that information in case you run across multiple people in the same day who might in turn know each other. You don't want to get any wires crossed. So I do suggest you start working on that immediately. I would hate for the boss to stumble across this little issue that you've displayed today. So hopefully I can save you that trouble. And I do mean trouble. So let's start again. What is your alias? That's much better. Very fake sounding, which is perfect for us. And your fabricated, of course, trainer identification number. Much better. Just enough to be suspicious, but not enough to be formally charged. We do, of course, like a slight flair for the theatrics, but not enough to expose our position in society. Perfect. And what is your intro motto or theme of sorts? Any good Team Rocket agent has a motto that they recite upon ambushing a unexpected trainer or swiping a Pokemon from an irresponsible member of society. This motto will tell them exactly what to expect and what kind of trouble they should expect, and if they should indeed make it double, triple, or quadruple. Alright, go ahead. I will jot down the line for line version of it. Go ahead. That's not bad. Ah, that's just insulting. You don't intimidate me. That's not bad. Alright, I get it. You're pretty good. It was much better than I thought it was, and you did seem to lose me here and there within the middle of that motto, but I thought I saw a wire there that I missed, and forgive me for being just a bit paranoid. It's how I maintain my spotless reputation. But anyway, that motto is not bad. I think it might even impress some of our veterans. Jesse and maybe even James might appreciate such a creative and theatrically flared motto. Very well. And one of the most important questions, what is your Pokemon of choice? I do assume that you have brought with you the required companion Pokemon. Really? A dark Persian. Well, someone has been doing their homework. Of course, that is the prized favorite Pokemon of our boss. Do not mention his name at that volume. It is always to be whispered unless we know that we are in the utmost secure area. Of course, our boss, Giovanni, very much prizes his Persian. Of course, all Team Rocket members are encouraged to have with them a dark Pokemon if possible. Of course, they do more damage than regular Pokemon with a bit less bulk, so you are advised to carry an extra potion or two, but with our ambush style of battling, you might just be going for quick wins. Alright, well, you are off to a good start. You have a dark Persian, a good alias, and a wonderful motto. And, alright, that's all of the boring information that we need. Now, on to more of the meat and potatoes of this interview, if you will. All Team Rocket members, and new recruits especially, are expected, nor, if I may think of a better term, insisted on possessing certain skills, attributes, one being perception, the ability to sense the world around them quicker than the average NPC on the street, if you will. For example, if you heard a sound, what side did it come from? If you heard a sound from the other direction, would you realize where it's coming from? What direction to look? To have your Pokeball at the ready? To ambush someone who is walking nearby? Can you identify a weak target just by the sound of their footsteps? These are all of the traits that any Team Rocket member worth their weight will possess. We have a very simple but effective way of determining this skill set with our recruits. I have a series of clicking devices here with me, and it is up to you to discern which of the clicks and which side you are hearing. Of course, each click is very different to a trained ear such as mine. For example, we have the more bulky click. Listen to it. Get a good feel for that sound in both ears. And now the smaller, more petite click. Adjust to the volume. You will be tested shortly in this ear this time. Once again, the first click. To the layman's ear, it might sound very similar, but to a trained Team Rocket member, the difference is extraordinary. Now, I will make both sounds periodically in one side of your hearing or the other, and it is up to you to tell me which of the two clicks that I request is on which side. Are you ready? I, of course, will be switching the items in my hand unbeknownst to your vision. Are you prepared? let us begin. I will start on this side. First, slow and methodical clicks. Now a bit more rapid. Slowing it back down. And now to the other ear. Slowly, ever so slowly to begin. And now a bit quicker. Further away and back close. Now alternating. We will begin far away. And inch ever so slowly, closer and closer. And now further away. Now for the real test. Which side was the larger of the two devices on? Was it on this side? Or was it on this side? Well, it was indeed on this side. Let's try again, shall we? I will switch hands and see if you can perceive the difference. Let us begin again, first on this side, ever so slowly. Perhaps if you hear my voice in one side, it will make the clicks stand out even more. Getting even closer now. And more rapid clicks as it fades into the distance. And now for the other side, once again, my voice in your ear as it gets closer and closer. Which device is it? And more rapid as it dissipates into the void of distance. Now, the test once again. Which of your sides was the larger of the device on? Ah, well, I have indeed tricked you. The device was on the same side as it was the first go around. So, let's go ahead and record your results. Not surprising per se, just as expected for the most part. Alright, next I only have one more test. This one is slightly more specific. This time I will be clicking a button a predetermined amount of times. Like that, for example, in each ear. All All you need to do is tell me how many times you hear the click and in which side. Are you ready? Excellent. Let's begin. All right. And next. Next. Yes, a bit tricky, that one. Here we are. Next. And here we are. All right, doing well. One more. All right, I think I have seen enough. I can safely assure you that I am recommending you for immediate acceptance into our grunt program. Now, don't let that name fool you too much. It is very prestigious, and I think you will quickly be on the fast track to admin. So, you will have my complete recommendation for the grunt position, of course. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves too quickly. You will be, of course, blindfolded as you are led out, and we will find and contact you when your time is ready for your initiation process. Do be ready for when the time comes. You will leave in an instant, so be prepared. All right. No need to give me any more information. We have everything we need, trust me. And do remain confidential of what you saw, heard, and experienced here tonight. Remember, a loose tongue will bode trouble for anyone, member or not. So please excuse us for the blindfold process, but we will be reaching out to you very shortly.